Hello, 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 hello. Bit wonky there. Ah, that's better. So, here it is. Christmas Eve. Another year almost over. Means different things for different people. Some people celebrate it, some don't. I personally don't really like Christmas that much. I find it a little bit too commercialised and a little bit too grab and in your face kind of thing. And I don't believe in Jesus either. So what I tend to do is celebrate the winter solstice. We just mark it with a special day to do something a little bit different perhaps. Now, when the kids were little, of course, we did take them to see Santa, and you know, we did the presents under the tree and things like that. But we didn't make Santa our main focus of the season. The main focus of the season really was Yule. Now, Santa's great if that's what you want to do, you know, but not everybody can afford Santa. He's pretty expensive. So what we used to have, we did a little bit of Santa. We weren't very well off, to be honest. We were quite poor. So we invented the Yule fairies. Invented, did I say? I mean, we discovered the Yule fairies. Now the Yule fairies, they bring little gifts, sweet little gifts, to children who have been good throughout the year, but not in the way like Santa, oh, be good, you'll get a present, and then even if they're little shits, they still get a present. No, the Yule fairies, right, they reward children who help with the environment. They may recycle their waste, turn lights off when they leave a building, help in the garden, help look after animals, you know, that kind of thing. Encourage them to be a little bit more environmentally aware. So the Yule fairies, they used to leave little gifts on the 21st of every December for children who'd done these things. And of course my kids were little angels. They were. No, actually they really were. Very good at, very aware of the environment and loved animals and, you know, little hippie kids. I raised little hippie kids. Anyway, my daughter was in school. I think she must have been about 7, 8 years old. And she told her teacher that we celebrate this thing called Yule. He was quite interested and he asked her questions and God knows what she told him. But the one day he came out to speak to me and he said, oh, hello, he said, I just wondered if I could ask you, Hannah's been talking about a celebration that you have, which is today, because that was the day that the kids broke up on the 21st. And he said, I'm really interested, I've not heard of it before. Okay, I said, oh, you know, it's just an old date in the calendar and any excuse for a party and a celebration. That's very interesting, he's saying. And then he starts asking me, am I religious at all? So I go back thinking, oh my God, I know that he was a devout Christian because I know that he taught the Bible classes after school. My kids didn't go to that either. But anyway, just in case he went running off to social services, you know, reporting witchcraft and black magic going on in the playground, I thought, let's sort of change the subject, get off religion. I'm not a Christian and I didn't want to offend him. And I just said, no. I said, it's not a religious thing at all. Like I say, an excuse for a little celebration that's a bit different. So as I'm standing there trying to like dig myself out of this hole that my little girl had put me into, Hannah, who was standing at my side like, you know, big ears flapping, suddenly takes off, skipping around the two of us in a circle, skipping all the way round, chanting, we are the pagans, the Yule fairies are coming tonight, because we are the pagans. Well, I was like, oh shit. And my son was like, oh my God, and starts walking away at the playground, you know. So like, the teacher said, what's that she's singing? What was that? I didn't catch what she said. So on a second lap round, I thought, right, and I just went, so there she is. Still, legs are still skipping, arms are still flapping, and she's still singing, we are the pagans, the fairies are coming tonight, we are pagans. And of course, like, you didn't understand. I said, oh, don't they get excited this time of year? Oh, have a lovely Christmas, Mr. Webb. I'm off now. Better go. See, we had our little ritual that we were going to do that straight after school, and that's why I picked them up at school. And our ritual at Yule, it tended to be a walk in the woods, because we had some woods near to where we lived at the time. So we'd go for a little walk in the woods, and we'd have a festive-ish kind of picnic, you know, lots of junk food and all that sort of, in, you know, eco-friendly packaging, and all recyclable to feed the birds. We'd hang up little bird feeders on the trees and that kind of thing. And we'd just like sit around and we'd just talk about the season, name the plants, name the birds, you know. It was really sweet. And then of course we'd head back home, where we would have, later we would have like a special dinner to mark the season, the Yule celebration. So usually the Christmas, well, the Yule food was something that should have been round, like the sun, you know. Should have been like colourful, with light representing light and dark. So I'd say to the kids, like, come on then, let's have a look at some cookbooks and see what we can find. Pizza, it's got to be pizza. I said, okay, it's round, it's colourful, and it's followed by a chocolate dessert. So that was really about as black magic and witchcrafty as we got, and it was so much fun. We'd have these little presents as well. It would only be something small. If it was something homemade, then that would be even better. So much nicer than something shop bought. So we used to encourage that sort of thing. We were all very arty, very crafty. So yeah, Yule was rather special. And things change, of course, as kids get older and move on and things like that. My son's like way too old to be doing fairy dances anymore, and he's probably going to be dying of embarrassment if he sees this. Excuse me, needed a cup of tea. I know I do go on. I get such a dry throat, I just talk too much. So yeah, that's what we used to do for Yule. And of course it was quite nice, it was pleasant, it was cheap and cheerful, didn't cost much. Sadly though, Hannah, my daughter, had to leave this earth about 5 years ago. Well, this is my 5th Christmas without her. She lost her battle to leukemia, and I miss her like mad. But I've got these memories, these Christmases, these Yules. Yeah, she was such a character. And I think back fondly on what I had, and I'm grateful for the years that she spent with me. That's my Hannah. Now, I think looking back now, my most favourite ever Christmas wasn't when I was a kid, but it was when I was a mum myself, because it was, yeah, you're seeing it through someone else's eyes for the first time, and you're feeling all that excitement for them. But I have to say that my most favourite memory of Christmas is when we first moved to Wales. I'd always wanted to spend Christmas Day on a nice hot sunny beach somewhere. So we chose Tenby. Yeah, we drove down to Tenby with our festive picnic, and we were all vegetarian. So we had fake turkey sandwiches, which was made out of some sort of corn. We had lots of chocolates. I think there was a non-vegetarian box of Quality Street, but okay, we're not perfect. What else did we have? Oh, there was a slice of nut roast each. We took some bottles of pop and things, all in like recyclable containers, you know what I mean. And we lit some little tea lights in this little cave that we found. It was quite a mild day, it wasn't cold at all, but we were prepared for it, just in case. So that was my wish, and it came true. I spent Christmas Day with my children and my ex at the time on Tenby Beach, and it was beautiful, absolutely lovely moment. And then of course, like, we came out of the cave and there was all these gulls waiting to attack us, and like after there was like throwing like mad, all that, like, you know, bird friendly stuff. And yeah, it was a really beautiful moment. So I want to say to all parents out there, find something that doesn't cost the earth, something that you will treasure forever, a beautiful memory. Bring nothing back with you but maybe a little pebble or something like that. And don't leave any mess, and look after the environment, look after the birds, look after all the creatures. Yeah, and just have a lovely Christmas, however you celebrate it. That's if you do. So yeah, thank you for listening to my little message. I do like talking about Hannah because it keeps her memory alive, and she had so much love to spread. So I still feel that, and I do it for her somehow. She's always here. So wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Please take care of yourselves. Please be sensible, stay warm, don't overindulge, and don't forget other people who are not quite as fortunate as ourselves. People who are homeless. Remember, we're in a Tory government, and they don't know it's Christmas time at all. Well, they do, but they don't give a shit. Anyway, thank you for listening. Love you all, and I will see you in the new year. Bye. Oh, I'm showing you my kitchen. How do you turn it off again? Oh, button here.